Hey, Kayla.
Hi, Iyanna.
Welcome to Fill in the Blank podcast.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another beautiful episode of Fill in the Blank podcast. Hello, Iyanna.
Hello, Kayla.
How are you doing today?
I'm tired.
Girl, me too.
I'm just playing. Actually, I'm not. I'm
I
actually
am
exhausted.
Dang, that candle smoking.
Yeah, I don't want to die. I see the black coming. I don't think it's
That's
supposed to do
toxins.
that. Did you know you're supposed to cut down the wick every single time to a fourth? What is it?
I heard
fourth
that.
of an inch or something.
I heard that, but you know.
You didn't cut it. I can tell. That's what that black is.
I don't.
She about to set the whole apartment on fire. The roof is on fire. Bro, we always break out in a song. You know, I realized that.
Do we really?
We do. We do it a lot.
It's a staple here at Fill in the Blank podcast.
I also realize I just sing a lot.
I do too. I just have a lot of references in my mind to things.
I have a lot of weird quirks though. That's why I thought, I'm not even kidding. I'm not saying this as a slight. I dead ass thought I was autistic for a minute.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I was looking up symptoms of autism and I was like, wow, I do a lot of these.
A lot of them? Yeah. Or is it
like a random one?
But
doing accents?
Oh.
I don't even think about doing them. As soon as I hear someone doing it, immediately, I'm like a parrot. I immediately repeat it. And I didn't realize I did it so much until Jared was like, Iyanna, shut up. I was like, oh.
He called you out?
Okay.
That's funny. Well, I think that you're safe.
Safe? Oh, I took the test. Being
on the spectrum.
I did. I took the test. I know I'm not neurotypical, but I'm not high enough on the score to be autistic. Which is why I think I have ADHD.
Yes, I can confirm that you have ADHD.
You know, it's weird. Okay, it's different when I say it out of my mouth, but when someone else confirms it, I don't know why, but I feel slighted. I'm like, what you mean?
I have ADHD.
What you mean I got ADHD?
I have ADHD. I try to control it though.
Oh no, I can't control it. The older that
you let it go. You be like, fly like a bird. Take to the sky.
Yeah, I can't. The older that I get, the harder it is for me to mask.
Yeah.
Which is weird because you would think I would get better at it.
No, it probably gets harder as you get older. Then you get set in your ways and it's like it is what it is.
Yeah, at this point, I'm like, I'm quirky. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, sorry for that. Welcome back to another episode of us having ADHD.
Fill in the blank.
Did I ask how you are?
I don't know. I'm great. How are you?
Oh, you said you were tired.
I'm tired. How are you?
Tired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that we're on the same page with that. Tired.
Yeah. I want some lip gloss.
You ain't got none?
Well, looking at your lips, mine feel dry.
I don't know where it's at. I don't know what I did with it.
Bro, that song is on repeat in my head.
Oh.
Sorry.
Let's
do your thing, 21. Do your thing, 21.
Let's reel it in.
Okay. It's been a long day. What are we talking about today, Kayla?
Jesus Christ. Okay. Today, we are talking about work-life balance. Or the lack thereof, you know? Either or. It's a little bit of both for me. So how do we come up with this topic? I think Ariel suggested it.
Thanks, Ariel.
Ariel has been really wanting us to talk about this. I think she's right in saying it is a very relatable topic. Mm-hmm. Something that we all could probably agree is very difficult to manage unless you are just a rock star and you know how to manage your life. Unlike I.
You know, I regret not taking advantage of college years and finding that balance sooner.
See, my issue in college, I had a lot going on, but I did not care about school.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I didn't for the first 2 years. Junior year, though, I think I know why. It was the boyfriend that I had at the time. He changed my perspective on learning.
It made you want to.
It made me like school.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He was like, Iyanna, don't think of it as like a task. Think of all this information you're absorbing that other people don't have access to. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
Oh my goodness.
And
My
I'm
parents
smarter
used
than all
to
these
say that
people.
type of stuff to me, and I would want to
just
hate
not-
school even more. But that's
It's
beautiful.
different when your parents say it
This
versus
is
a
true.
boyfriend.
That's true.
If my parents would say
especially-
stuff like that too, and I'd be like,
Yeah, whatever.
sure.
But that is beautiful that he said that to you, and it like
It completely
resonated.
shifted my mind.
That's so good.
All of a sudden, I enjoyed school. I
Really?
was on the dean's list from there on.
Really in college.
Yeah.
That's so
I say it all the
cool.
time. My boyfriends raised me. Sounds crazy, but
Iyanna,
I mean, it's just that I learned so much and I shifted so much. I've taken all the good in each relationship and I've grown each and every time.
that is so beautiful.
My boyfriends raised me.
My boyfriends
Thank you.
drained
Thank
me.
you. Next.
My boyfriends drained the living life out of me. That's what they did.
Oh, Kayla.
You know, but here we are now. I don't have to even worry about that. None of that even happened.
Look, because
I'm a
told
fiance, so I never dated anybody before Marcus. Nobody else
my
exists.
fiance looks like Beyonce. Sorry, Sal.
I'm so weak.
Sorry.
But okay, so we're going to talk about this work-life balance thing. So where do you feel like you are in work-life
Right
balance
now?
currently?
Dude, I have to reshift. Before
Okay.
I was fine.
Okay. When were
Because-
you fine?
I was fine before this influencing shit. And now I have
Turned
to
your
reshift.
world upside down.
Because it's like it's almost like there is no work-life balance. With
Yeah.
influencing, it takes over your entire
Does it feel like work?
yes.
Okay.
Posting even on a story feels like work for me. Like my social media isn't fun.
Okay.
I know I have to post daily. I know I have to like keep engagement up. I know I have to like do these things.
Is that the part that makes it not fun for you? Because
Absolutely.
you-
Well, the thing is I never enjoyed social media to begin with.
yeah.
And now I have to do it. It's like even more exhausting.
Yeah.
I won't say I have to. I won't say look. Let me, because I know it's gonna be some people.
don't have to do nothing.
You don't have to do nothing, and no
Yeah.
one, everybody doesn't get this opportunity. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
But
But but I'm tired. It's
I
just
feel that.
exhausting sharing so much of yourself all the time.
yeah.
I just want to be present sometimes.
Yeah. And
And I
not have
can't.
to record everything and take pictures and do all
Yeah.
that stuff.
But people don't get it. They're like, well, why don't you just take a break? And I'm like, you guys don't understand what it does to my numbers when I take a break.
Yeah. It's like the kind of thing that you have to stay consistent
You
with.
have to stay consistent.
Yeah.
Y'all, influencing is not for the weak.
Yeah. It's definitely a very specific profession that requires a lot out of you. And I mean, like all professions have ups and downs, but that's, I think, the big downside
That's
to
gonna
the
be something
influencing
you're
world.
gonna have to walk into eventually.
I think though, I'm trying to decide how I'm going to feel about this. Okay. I've always been the type of person to enjoy recording random things
Yes.
that I do.
Same.
I think that I could enjoy doing influencing type work if I don't have to do other work.
Same.
So
Same.
if I don't have to go to a real job, like a regular 9-to-5 type job every day, I would enjoy doing random stuff.
Agreed.
But I don't have the energy to do the stuff because I have the quote unquote real job that I do.
Agreed.
And that makes me just not want to share anything.
It's exhausting. Managing both
Yeah.
is so exhausting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's tiring. I feel like eventually I want to be able to quit one or the other, and I feel like it's going to be my 9-to-5 because I don't really enjoy that.
Yeah.
And I'm not the type of person to want to like typically grow at a company, even though like I want to, just because I know financially it makes sense. But like I don't like staying in one spot. I mean, you see me. I've lived in 4 different states in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So like I just don't like being so constricted like that, and it's boring.
Okay. My main issue with work has always been that I am just not passionate enough about anybody else's dream.
Agreed.
I have a very hard time with connecting to the vision that somebody else has created, that the company is, that the things that they want me to do, having to suck it up and do the things I don't want to do.
Or the things that don't make sense.
Right. That's my main thing.
It's like a waste
when
of
it does
time.
not make sense and you just want me to do it because you said so, because you're paying me money. I don't like that type of like control.
Yeah.
That hovering over my head. Like you have to do X, Y, and Z. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. So yeah, that is my main issue with the work life. Currently I have no work-life balance. I can't say I don't have any. Like, I think that I still get to do a lot of things in my personal life, but I feel like I'm constantly doing stuff that I have to do.
There's always something to do. I'm not gonna lie, Kayla, though. I feel like your life is going to be like that from now on.
don't.
I feel like even if it weren't the internship, there's going to be something else. Because I feel like there's so much that God is calling you into.
I agree with that.
But
I think that it will feel very different. And that's what I was literally just having this conversation with Ariel, because of the fact that like a big part of the thing about grad school, it is literally draining. Yeah. Like it literally sucks the life out of you because you constantly have something to do. I constantly cannot do other things that I need to do because I have to stop my life for grad school, and I have to talk to people about what I did at the internship. So while I'm there all day, then I have to come home and continue to talk about it and talk to other people about what they've done. So I think that I will be busy. I'm not saying that my life won't be busy, but it won't be draining to the extent that it is with grad school in the mix.
I see what you mean.
Grad school makes it like,
it's the content that you're doing. It's not just that it's like, because this isn't like business school or something. This is literally giving pieces of yourself or your energy, your time. I mean, everything is like that, but this is like psychology.
Yes. And it's a lot. Like I have been busy. Like I have been a busy person pretty much my entire life. Like I've always been pretty busy, and I typically handle it well when it's things that I want to do.
Right.
So if it's things I want to do, it doesn't like take so much energy out of me. And not that like I don't enjoy doing like connecting with the students and whatnot. Like I like that part of it. It's just the requirements that I have to reach that is making it draining. Like that makes me want to rebel and not do it, because I'm like, this is stupid. If I'm here every day and I'm connecting with students and I'm doing, I'm having one-on-one sessions, I'm doing all these different things, why is it so particular down to the hour? That's the part that like,
it's like, really, I'm doing all this work, but is it going to waste? Like, what is this?
And then it's the standardized testing thing that really like.
I'm actually good with the standardized test.
I am a terrible test taker.
Really?
I've always been a terrible test taker. So it just gives me anxiety to even think about taking standardized tests. I've always been the kid that like, I'll do well when I do like assignments, or if I have to write a paper and talk about whatever, I excel. But then when it comes time for me to like sit down and there's like multiple choices of answers, I black out. It used to be really bad when I was younger. I've gotten better at it, but when I was younger, I used to black out. I would study and then I would get there and I would just know nothing.
I'm so curious. I feel like that's like a skill you do or just don't have. Like either you're good at standardized tests or you're not. Because I've always been really good at them. Like for my like SAT stuff, the first time I didn't study and I got a higher score than the second time when I did study.
That's crazy. Yeah. I took the ACT 4 times.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Shout out my father.
Oh, wait, I can't talk though because I failed the driving test 3 times. Oh, not the actual driving test, the like the whatever the pre one was.
This is the thing. I did fairly decent. My dad made me keep taking it. So I took it 4 times.
Oh.
Yes. So my brain was just like
dang it,
a pile of mush.
Dang it, Dad.
He was like, take it again. I was like, oh, this is horrible.
Oh, that sucks.
But yes, going back to the topic.
So when was the last time you had work-life balance? Like, shoot.
Before grad school.
Oh, grad school, throw it in.
No, that's not true. Because honestly, I feel like the beginning of grad school was pretty like easy sailing. Yeah. Like I was telling everybody, grad school is not that bad. Like it's not terrible. It really wasn't. Like when I just had to do the assignments and stuff, it really wasn't that bad.
Internship.
It's the internship and the meeting for class on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
That's the part that is like hard.
Yeah.
Because I have to carve out specific time versus doing it.
Those are long classes.
Hour and a half. It's 2 days a week now. So I have one for an hour and a half and one for an hour.
I was more so thinking about that other one that was like 2 to 3 hours long.
So that one was because what is now divided into 2 days, it was only 1 day. Okay. And I was doing it all in the same day.
Which do you prefer?
It's hard to say. I don't prefer any of it.
I don't want to do none of it.
I don't want to do any of it. I mean, the one for 2.5 hours, that was, as you can imagine, a lot because it's 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours after I get off of work. I had to rush home and get logged straight online for a 2.5 hour class. But now I have 2 days that I have to dedicate to grad school like that, which is not the best. And I feel like what I was doing before was when I first got off of work, I was coming home and working out. And
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I was doing that every day. But now with me having class every day after 2 days a week after work, it's hard. Like after I get out of class, I'm not working out.
You know what I think about?
What?
People who have like full blown families.
I can't.
And go back to school. I'm like, how the hell are you doing this?
I wouldn't.
A full-time job, a full family.
Wouldn't and couldn't.
Like how?
Would not and could not. At this point in my life, like you can't even convince me to go back to get a second master's or a doctorate degree.
See, but that's why I knew like if I'm going to get my master's, I need to do it before I have kids.
For sure.
And Jared was talking about no, we can do it while you're like pregnant. I'm like, It needs to be before. But now I don't know if there's any need to go back.
No,
like,
there's probably
not. People thought I was going back because I wanted to. I mean, sure, that sounds nice, but I was going back because I couldn't do nothing with a bachelor's in psychology.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that. I feel like I went back to grad school. Well, I do think that like, I feel very confident that like God really guided me to go back to grad school because I would not have went back to school if on my own. Like that was 110% a God ordained thing because I would not have done it. When I finished my bachelor's degree, I said that I was done with school forever. Forever.
I said I was just taking a year break. Look at me.
I said done forever.
Later.
You said 5 years later.
5 years later.
But I think that I needed to go back to school for what we're doing here.
Oh, I see.
Because I think that it has made me a better listener and it has made me ask really intentional questions, which is something that you need in what we do here.
Stuff like that it's training. Like that's stuff that you can be trained on. I don't think I would be as emotionally intelligent if it weren't for all the training that I received when it came to working with families like in home therapy or like working at residential centers. I wouldn't have had access to that knowledge if it weren't for those jobs, which means I probably wouldn't have grown as much.
Yeah. Sometimes you need like we go and we do things and we think that it'll be for a very specific reason and then it ends up being for something completely different.
Completely different. I'm not even using my bachelor's degree right now.
Yeah. Well, my bachelor's degree was in public relations.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep. I got my bachelor's in public relations.
What does that even mean?
So it's more so like the like relating to different companies. So like the public image of a company, a brand, a person. Like, you know, when somebody has a PR person, that's the person that will write up all of them.
Is that what public relations stands for?
Your PR person.
I just learned something new.
Your public relations
Do you
person.
know I never knew it?
Oh, God.
Oh, see, now I feel dumb. Let's cut that out.
Let's keep it.
Public relations. Okay. Yeah. Wow, it all makes sense now.
So that's what I did. Broadcast journalism and PR.
Well, shoot. Can you be my PR person?
Yeah, I told you I could already.
Yeah, shoot, you don't need nothing else on your plate. I'm a full-time job over here.
Look, actually, I'm trying to quit my full-time job. And
I'll pay you. I'll put you on the payroll.
Look, I could do that. You ain't said nothing but a word. I
could afford it.
I believe you.
Yeah, actually,
I believe you. You said I can't. I believe in you, though.
No, that's so sweet. Kayla. Oh, those words mean so much to me.
Yes.
That's funny.
So how are you balancing work and life?
Balance. What's that? You know what? I will say that damn planner that I bought saved my life.
Really?
Because I get so overwhelmed by stuff that I just shut down.
Yeah.
And then I just won't get things done.
Yeah.
Like the event for this weekend, I thought about just not doing it because I was like, there's so much that goes into that I'm just not even looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But that planner saved my life. It helps me just easily compartmentalize.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah. But before that, if I didn't have work-life balance, I just quit my job and move on. That's for, I kid you not, 2 years, I had a new job every 6 months.
That's crazy. And I've like wished that I could do that, but I have been feeling so like my business was not done.
I will say you can't just up and
Oh, I was trying to do it though. Before my internship, you can ask Ariel. I was trying to get up out of there, but I was also feeling like a pull, like a strong pull to stay. And I think that was to complete this internship.
I agree.
But I keep telling everybody like, this it.
Deuces.
This it.
Chucking up the.
Yeah. It's time to go. What do you think work-life balance looks like though?
Oh my God. If you can have, of course, work, a social life, and time to yourself, I think all three of those is perfect.
I would say the same.
If I can balance all three, then I'm the part where it would get tricky is, and which is why I'm kind of glad. Well, I won't say glad, but I will say it's a pro to not living in the same state with my family. If I also had my family to manage, I feel like I couldn't do it.
It's a whole nother beast.
Because I already struggle with maintaining the relationships I have now.
It's a whole nother beast.
Like, I'm
seriously
struggling.
Yeah, it's a lot because I have all my family here. Not all of them, but I have a good amount of them here.
I feel like my parents would just fall to the wayside. I'm sorry. I love y'all. But I know they would just fall to the wayside.
Yeah. I think that, like, ideally, if I had the perfect work-life balance world right now, it would look a lot like when I got off of work, I would be able to come home and be able to like do something for myself first and then do, I don't know, just like something like entertainment almost, like
something that doesn't require a brain.
Yes. That is the reason why I haven't really been watching TV like that recently, but that's the reason why I have always loved reality television because it's mindless.
What time do you wake up?
Not early enough.
I was about to say, what if you just wake up early?
That's another part of my work-life balance. I need sleep.
Said, hell.
I need sleep. If there's one thing that this is a big part of the reason why I don't need to work a 9 to 5. I cannot do the waking up on somebody else's schedule. It's so weird because on the weekends, my body naturally wakes up early in the morning and I'm fine. But it is like the rebellion deep rooted in my body.
It's just knowing you got to go do something unenjoyable.
That is the part.
I will say, though, it's been so much better for me now that I work from home.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, if I had to go into the office, it would be so hard for me to get up in the morning. But the fact that I naturally wake up by like 6:45, 7 a.m. And I can literally be on my phone for 30 minutes at least, then get up, go work out, come back, eat, shower, and then I'll be ready for work.
That is ideally what I need.
And I think that's why I can maintain work-life balance.
Yes, I need something like that. So what I used to do previously before my internship started that worked pretty good for me that I don't have the time to do anymore. When I got to work, because I had the first period of the day I had off. So when I would get to work in the morning time, I would take out time where I would just sit with my headphones in, play gospel music, and I would journal in the morning. So like for 45 minutes, I would be journaling and I would talk to God. I would do affirmations for myself, and then I would feel a little bit more positive going into my day.
It does.
And
help.
I have tried to get up earlier in the morning in order to create that type of space for myself. And it just does not work. Like I need the sleep The sleep, my problem is I'm naturally a night owl too. So I can't go to bed at the appropriate time so I could wake up earlier.
You know what the issue was for me when me and Jared were still together was getting up when there was a warm body next to me.
Oh gosh.
When I'm by myself, I can just wake up and I'm like, oh, hello. But then when there's like a warm body next to me, I just want to sleep.
Don't even get me started because Marcus, like he works from home majority of the days.
Doesn't that make you jealous?
Iyanna, let me explain something to
mad.
you
I
and
just
to
wanna
everybody
smack him.
else. I have been, out of everybody that I know personally, I have been working through the pandemic the most out of everybody.
Yeah, I was about to say, you never really got a break.
I never really got a break. So the pandemic hit in March. I remember it was report card pickup at the school. It was report card pickup. And I remember when the governor said that we're shut down. Like it's done. So
how long did that last?
So I can't remember because it was just because what we did was so abnormal. So he shut us down in March, right? Mm-hmm. That's the end of the school year. So we're out March, April, May is the last month of school anyways. Mm-hmm. So we had March, April, May, June, July. We were back in August. Nobody.
So you had like 5 months.
Yeah, but
we have a full year plus.
This is the summer break though, also included. So those are the months I was already going to get off. So technically I really only had 3 that were given by the school. You get what I mean?
I couldn't do that.
So we were back in August before we knew anything about, we still didn't know what COVID was. It was still terrifying.
They say you better get in these
and
schools.
Catch this. We were back and the students were not there.
What were y'all doing, like online?
We were
Video
working
stuff?
virtually from the school, the staff.
Why couldn't you just work from home? Did they want? Okay, never mind.
Questions that need answers.
Let me not question them. Okay, well that's fun.
So it has just been a very it has been a lot, to try to maintain the balance of work and regular life when you work somewhere that might not have the most boundaries.
Yeah, I was about to say a school isn't necessarily the best. Because I felt the same when I worked at the residential center because it's literally 24/7 because they live there. Mm-hmm. So we had overnight people who had to come in and sit outside their doors and just observe. And we had just like, there was just a lot of staff. And I felt like there was no work-life balance there. Yeah. Which is why I quit. Yeah. And then with social work, I had to be on call during the weekends. I'm getting called at 2:00 in the morning on a Sunday. See, somebody trying to stab somebody's mama or something.
Yeah, social work has always scared me. It is a very big undertaking.
That is an exhausting job.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the social workers out there.
For real, because that's a lot.
Man, it makes me think about DCF and all those people. You can tell who the new ones are because they're bright and bushy-tailed. Mm-hmm. And then the ones who've been there for 20 plus years are always like short and just like... Not physically short, but like verbally short. I
get what you're saying.
Verbally short. And they're just mean.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that happens to people when
their
no
job,
when their job literally takes over their entire being.
You. But imagine that on top of the fact that you're not getting paid well.
Preaching to the choir.
That's why I was like, I gotta get out of here.
I just talked to Ariel about this once again, but I think that that's an important part of like being compensated appropriately. Mm-hmm. Like it makes work feel better when like you put in energy and then you're compensated well for your efforts and the things that you do. And I know for me, like in my working life, I have still yet to experience that. Yeah. Like I feel very much like I am still in the phase of like getting it out the mud.
But you'll get there though, especially because you're in the process of getting your master's. It took me, I kid you not, I've had at least like 6 different jobs for me to get to the salary that I'm at. And this is the highest I've been paid. Mm-hmm. But again, during that 2-year period, I was jumping from job to job every 6 months. Mm-hmm. And each time I got a higher salary. And then I came to Chicago And that I thought was a good enough salary. And then I was like, this ain't working either. And then now I switched to this job. So it's for me, it's been the jumping from job to job.
Yeah. And I haven't done that. I've been at the same place my entire professional career.
I think it's been good for you though.
It has, because I think that it has taught me about like sticking things out. I'm typically the type of person, when something's uncomfortable, I just quit. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. This doesn't feel good. So I've learned how to adjust, and I've learned how to be just like a little more mentally strong.
Yeah.
And in deciding
perseverance.
Deciding how I'm going to handle different things. But I think that it is necessary, like on the topic that we're talking about, for me to still try to find the ways to maintain balance, especially because of what I do.
Yeah.
I need to be balanced. Like, otherwise I'm just no good. And I've been seeing the effects of that already. I think I just need to go back to therapy. Number one. It's time.
We love therapy.
I've been off therapy for a good 2-3 months now.
You've been off of it like it's a medication?
Yeah.
I've been off therapy.
I've been off therapy. So it's time to go back because I feel myself getting drained.
I feel like that should be something you always maintain.
I agree.
Like maybe lessen the frequency of the visits.
I be really thinking I'm strong. I'm like, I'm a therapist. I got this.
Bro, that's how I be feeling. Like, you know what? I therapize myself all the time.
And I always tell my clients, like, I feel like, and I've learned this in school, just about like, the goal is to eventually, like, your therapist helps you enough that you can terminate sessions.
I don't think I'll ever terminate.
Because
life is always like, sit the fuck down. Sorry. Sorry.
It is, but the goal is that like you get actionable tools.
Oh, I see
that you understand how to cope and how to process, and you don't just become reliant on the relationship you have with your therapist, but you become reliant on the actionable tools that you've learned in how to cope.
I really just like rambling to my therapist.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Ariel. I don't know if you watch these, but
I really love my I really love my therapist as well. So I think it's time for me to go back. And I just think that I need to make more like just intentional time once I do get off of work on certain days of the week to be able to spend time with myself, like whatever that looks like. Getting back into like journaling. I used to do aromatherapy and that was really great. So I need to do aromatherapy again. And baths. I haven't taken like a sit down bath in a very long time.
I love that for you. Oh God, you know, that's the one thing when I envision my home, the two things that I envision, well, three things that I envision, of course, like the marble countertops, huge windows, and a standalone tub.
Oh yeah. Standalone tubs are really nice.
I just want a nice
I would probably
tub.
take a lot of bubble baths if I had a standalone tub.
I love a good bubble bath. But in these tiny little apartment baths,
it's just not it.
It ain't it.
This tub here is surprisingly pretty big.
Oh, okay.
So I need
Can both you and Marcus fit in that? Because that's always been my issue. I
probably
can fit
not.
in any tub. Oh, okay.
Probably not.
Look, Ariel, like wrap it up.
Okay.
All right. I just want to say, if Henry Ford was alive, is he alive? Wait, how long ago is this?
Henry Ford, just
everybody.
I'm saying if Henry Ford was alive, I'd gut punch him.
Still talking about him?
I would throat punch him.
Because
who the hell needs a 5-day work week?
What Iyanna is referring to is the fact that we should have a 4-day work week instead of a 5-day work week, because it really just don't make no sense for us to work 5 days out the week and only get 2 days off.
And the fact that they consider Friday a weekend, that's not a weekend. I'm working.
I'm at work. That's the reason why I don't like doing stuff on Fridays.
I feel
like hanging out and stuff, because I'm like, I just worked. Like, this is the end of the week. So catch me tomorrow, Saturday.
I always think of it as like my last hurrah. It's like, I just work, but you know what? I can keep going. You wanna know why? Because tomorrow I got off.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I just be like, I want to go to bed. Happy Friday.
Yeah, I will say 2 days is not enough. Because Saturday is when I like, I don't know.
It's really one day off of work.
It's really one day. Because Sundays is where you just recoup to get ready for the next week.
for sure.
I think all of America, if you're listening out there, America, we need to boycott.
Stand with us.
Look, I was about to do this. This bitch is doing this. Anyways, we need to boycott because this 5-day work week is not it. What would happen to the economy though?
I think that
nobody work now.
right. First of all, it would be great for the economy because you would get more productive workers. Hello, are you serious? First of all, everybody at this point in life, we should all be working from home.
You know what? And then companies won't have to allocate so much to people's pay because Fridays technically we get, unless your salary.
No, we need to keep the
Look, Ariel said,
the money remains the same, but they could save a lot of money if they go. A lot of companies could really go virtual. They don't need an office.
I agree.
So you're paying money.
I saw that more than anything.
Yeah, you're spending money on a
real
building
estate
with all of the stuff that comes included inside of it, the electricity and all those things. When in reality, what we could do is work from home.
Hello.
Now, the school system, I have a lot of thoughts about them as well.
Oh, y'all are fucked.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
You gotta stay.
But the thing is, if they shifted what the work week looked like for adults, they could shift it for students as well.
I agree.
Because the reason why school is babysitting. Okay. So if we could get the parents to be home on Fridays, then the children could be home on Fridays.
Then parents would be like, send them out.
No.
Ain't nobody trying to deal with these kids.
Y'all had these kids, y'all keep these kids. That's how I feel about it.
Them ain't my kids.
Love them kids when I see them, but they need to be home with their parents as well.
I feel that. You know what? And then I'm sure like people buy more and stuff if they have Fridays off. They'll go out to malls.
They would do more. You would get to just have a normal life more.
Agreed.
Like people are too immersed into their work.
I agree.
Purposeless,
Especially
meaningless work.
America.
Yeah.
I hear it's not like that at all overseas.
I'd hear that as well. And I think that's great. And I think that we need to get it together here.
I need to move.
I'm scared of that.
I am too, but you know.
But that goes to show that there are so many people that are out here living dream lives, probably of some sort, you know, because if y'all can take off of work or if y'all can work from home, you okay over there?
Asia dying.
I just, I look forward to the day, Iyanna. It is coming soon. We are going to continue to be prayerful and
I feel it.
Within work towards it.
There'll be a shift for both of us, honestly.
I agree.
Let's hope for the better for me. Because you girl. Actually, I'm not struggling.
It's going to be the better for the both of us in terms of our career life.
Yeah.
We are going to shift and we will not have these kind of ghetto problems any longer.
Yeah, I'm tired of ghetto life.
Yeah, it's really messed up. But stand with us in solidarity, fill in the blank.
We're boycotting.
We're boycotting the 5-day work week.
We are boycott. I don't know how, but
leave a comment if you boycott it.
If we all do it at the same time, maybe we won't get fired.
I'm weak.
Maybe we won't.
Okay. I think we're going to wrap this baby up.
Wrap it up. Swaddle that thing. Sorry.
On that note.
I am delirious. Thank you for joining another episode of Fill in the Blank.
Yes. We were so happy to have you here. We look forward to hearing from you next time.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow us at feelintheblank_ on Instagram. You can follow me at astoldby.kayla on Instagram and Iyanna
at Iyanna.amore.
Thank you all for tuning in and we will see you next time.
Peace out, Baytown.
Bye.
Bye.